So it's Christmas Eve today. It's the Monday before Christmas and it's the first day of my Christmas break. So I've decided to take the day and come and take some pictures in the local woods, try and find some birds. It's a really nice woodlands. It's a bit overgrown and thick, as you can see. So I don't normally come here in the summer because the huge amount of leaves just make it really, really dark. So it's actually really hard to get a sensible shutter speed, so I don't really bother. But in the winter, this place is great and quieter as well. Normally this woodlands can get a bit muddy. Today, thankfully, that's not the case because I've been a bit of a goober and I was too busy worrying about all my video gear and I didn't actually bring any walking boots, which is great. But like I said, luckily it's not too muddy. But the one thing this woods does have that's really good is an amazing hide. It's a really nice hide and I think they've just refurbed it because I think there was some damage during a storm or it just wore out a bit. So I'm gonna go sit in the hide for a couple of hours. Basically, do not a lot other than take pictures of the small songbirds that come. It's not unusual to see, obviously, great tits, blue tits, robins, chaffinches, blackbirds, but also, if you're lucky, you see song thrushes, nuthatches, tree creepers. I've never seen any birds of prey here, but that might change today. It's just nice to be out, really. Better than being at work anyway. Look at that view. Is that behind me? Somerset levels for a reason, eh? Sitting in a hide is just really pleasant, really. I could spend hours here. I've got lunch in the van. I've got about a litre of tea. And I've got loads of time. So I could just sit here for a couple of hours and just do nothing, really. Just sit and watch the world. I think doing nothing is actually a really hard skill to do. It's definitely a learned thing. But if you get good at it, you can sit and chill, just do nothing, and it's really good for your brain. I think a lot of the time, if you've got problems that you're trying to think of solutions to, if you just give your time to give your brain time to just sort itself out, problems just seem to solve themselves. You get a lot of solutions that just come to you. Or if you're a creative person, a lot of the time you think of creative ideas when your brain's just on tick over. But even without that, it's just nice to come out to this place and be, well, just to be, really. It's a bit cliche to say that nature is healing, but this is definitely good for my mental health. Sometimes you come to places like this and you can sit here for half an hour, like I have today, and not really see many birds at all. And it's really easy to get disheartened and kind of think, oh, there's no birds around, everyone's been there. But one thing I have noticed, and this is 100% anecdotal, there's no evidence, I've not researched this, but sometimes you'll sit in the hide for an hour and then eventually, after seeing nothing, all of the birds in the whole woods seem to descend to that area. And they all jump about, feeding and whatever they do. And then 5 minutes later, they're all gone again. And you wait another hour and they'll come back. It's like they go around the woods as a group. And I don't just mean a group of blue tits. There's great tits, blue tits, robins, everything, chaffinches. This group of birds that seem to fly around together is very multicultural. Are all birds the same culture? I don't know, this is what happens when you sit alone in the woods for an hour. Your mind goes to funny places. So I've only really seen, I can hear a chaffinch. Where are you? Oh, no, that's not it. Where is he? I think there's some goldcrest in the trees in front of me. And a robin. And a great tit. Point proven, it is science. So I've just come back to my van for a spot of lunch, and I noticed the rangers had arrived and they've gone off down to the hide with some tools and things. So I guess the hide's not completely finished yet and there's still some work to do. So I decided, instead of trying to go back down there with other people, I would just sit in the car park because they filled the feeders up. So there are so many birds here at the moment, I don't even know where to point my camera. It's just, they're everywhere, all little songbirds. And it's just brilliant to watch. So I'm currently sat on the step of my van, literally just pointing my camera over there, just trying to take some pictures, trying to catch them. That's the hard bit. One good trick there, if you sit and watch them for long enough, you'll notice that they won't often just fly straight down onto a feeder. They'll quite often use little branches and twigs that stick out from a tree near a feeder. They'll fly onto those, wait a couple seconds, and then hop onto the feeder and then disappear. So if you watch them for a few minutes, you will quickly learn which little branches they like to use. And then you kind of pre-focus and pre-frame your shot, and then it's just a case of waiting for the bird to land on it. You can get a picture and then off they pop to get some food. I'm having a whale of a time here. One problem with social media that nobody ever seems to want to talk about is that social media, specifically like Instagram and Facebook, can really make you lose your sense of identity, uniqueness, and what makes you you. And you start off your hobby, you come out places like this, like I have today, taking pictures of songbirds, Absolutely have a whale of a time. The birth of a new hobby for you, really. And then you join Instagram, you start posting your pictures. You see other pictures that people have taken. Subjects like shorted owls is the main one. Otters, beavers, waxwings, snow buntings, puffins. And then you end up traveling around the UK trying to find these subjects. If you do manage to find them, which is hard work, you'll post them to Instagram, and then you'll find that even though your picture is really good, you don't like it quite as much as the other ones that other people have posted. This will end up with you getting burnt out, falling out of love of photography, and just frankly not wanting to pick your camera up. I know this is the case. I know this happens because I haven't taken pictures in about 2 months now, and I haven't posted to Instagram, I think, in about 6 weeks. So today was kind of a trip out into the woods to kind of ground me and reset doing what I love doing. You know, this is what I really enjoy. So songbirds might not be as cool and trendy as a long-eared owl or a white-tailed eagle, but frankly, I don't give a shit. This is what I love doing. This is what I want to keep doing. I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't go travelling for photography. Next week I'm off to Scotland to try and find some crested tits in the Cairngorms. So I'm not saying you shouldn't travel. Sometimes if you want a specific subject, you have to. I'm just trying to say that when you take photos, I think it's really important that you stop and ask yourself, am I taking pictures for me, or am I taking pictures for Instagram? It's fitting that I end 2024 taking pictures in the woods, because that is what originally got me into wildlife photography. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And for those of you that don't, have a happy Wednesday. I hope Santa brings you that 600mm f4, and I'll catch you guys in 2025.